Sorry. Hi, welcome. I'm so sorry. We're having some trouble. Yes. Apologies. We're having some trouble. I hope my voice is not echoing now, or is it? Okay, thank you, Gayatri. Hi, ma'am. Yeah, I think it's better now, right?
Yeah, you can hear my voice now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, you were speaking about Nama Ramayana. I wanted to ask you how different and difficult was it, if at all, producing something online?
Yeah, actually, Akila and others, first, my namaskaram to all of you. And it was definitely very, very challenging, I should say. Because, first of all, I am not technically a big fan of technology. So I had to, during the lockdown, I had to first learn from my students how to take a class on the Zoom. I'm used to Skype for my solo students, but not used to the group class. So first I had to learn, and my students were teaching me how to do it on the Zoom. And then we started. We started the classes, and then I decided I wanted to do this, share this Nama Ramayanam with my students. The first thing is, in a group production, when we work together, the music is the same for everyone, right? The rhythm goes in the same pace.
Right.
But when you're doing online, the first thing is we are working together, but we are not together.
Yeah.
Yes, we are not together. So we can't, what we call in Natyam, especially, we use a lot of Hindi. In the sense, group choreography is that.
Correct.
We use a lot of formation.
Right. Anita ma'am, I'm really sorry, but people are saying your voice is still echoing. I'm so sorry.
What do I do?
They're saying, can you wear headphones? Do you have headphones?
Yeah? Okay, we'll try that. Sorry about it.
No problem, please. Yeah, we'll just tackle that. Thank you, everyone, for letting us know. Some days
thank you.
some trouble. Let's hope it doesn't echo now. How do I apply to dance schools out in India if I'm a US citizen? We should have a conversation. You can ping me and we can talk about it.
Able to hear me now?
Is it better? Come on.
I can hear you.
I can hear you as well. Let's just wait for somebody to say it's fine.
Yes.
It's better now. Yes, ma'am. We can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
as can I continue from where I started? Yes.
Go ahead.
So, in a group choreography, these formations are very important.
Okay.
But with this lockdown and things, those things couldn't be done. And the main thing is the lag. So even when I was going with the classes, see, I could see all of them dancing, but they were not in sync at all.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
They're not in sync. So, and here, I think before this Nama Ramayanam, I did a small project, for Kalavardhini, using face masks. Actually, that experience helped me. The thing is, first for coordination, I'm very particular about coordination. and I didn't know what to do for the coordination. So that experience was, I realized that I choreograph the whole thing and make one or two of my seniors dance the whole episode. And then I pass on the video to all my other students so that they learn the same way and sync it, basically.
Okay.
I mean, all this was by trial and error method. I mean, it was just a learning process. So first to go, it is, Nama Ramayanam is just 10 minutes. It's just a 10 minutes production, but it was very challenging that way. And finally, the outcome of it, and to see each student, see, I had to work on each child. So I had to watch 60 videos because, yes, 60 videos and so many 7 condoms. So you can imagine, like, watching 60 people individually first, then making the corrections. All these things were the part of the journey.
I know.
Yes, and I feel Nama Ramayanam had more of my senior students. So rhythm wise, when they dance, I didn't have that much of a problem.
Correct.
I mean, they knew the rhythm, and all the kanakas, all the mathematics of dance was written down. It was sent to people. We discussed it over the Zoom class, and so they were very clear about it. So that's not an issue. But parallelly with the Nama Ramayanam, I have done a lot of other things also. I have revisited my choreography from Mahadeva Mahasenam Bhaji for the little children. I mean, it's a Murugan theme from the Kanda Puranam, where we have about 12 to 18 kids dancing. And Akila, I just need to tell you, my choreography always depends on, I feel like, how to give opportunity to these youngsters. That's my basic concept always. So I was enamored when I read the Kanda Puranam, and that was how it was made. And what happened was, we taught over the Zoom class. All my seniors, my faculty, my senior students helped me out with the teaching process. But then when we had the recording for that, I found only 3-4 students who really were on dot with their timing. But the rest of them, rest of the children did have these problems. They were all mostly offbeat. And just during the recording, and I was very tensed because we don't have time. And at that point of time, we had to teach them again those bits and pieces where they went wrong. And it was recorded bit by bit. And I should tell you, Akila, like, as you say, I have worked on so many productions with so many numerous people. And I have never found it difficult. I've always enjoyed working. More the crowd, merrier for me. That's what I usually say.
Yeah.
But this project was definitely a very great learning experience for me. Definitely. Absolutely. For me and for my students and everybody. But it's basically the passion which is getting us going. That's what I feel.
Right. Ma'am,
I hope. Yeah.
Kind of production forms in your head, and then you kind of you're alone, but you're thinking about it for so many different people at the same time, right? And I'm curious about how you kind of, and you're always working with you're a teacher, so you always work with students of different ages. I'm curious how you kind of tune in and tune out happen, like because you're also constantly having to like choreograph in your head, and then you're constantly having to also teach. So I'm just curious about how when do you tune in and when do you kind of tune out?
Yeah, for this I want to tell you one thing, Akila. First thing is, whatever I'm doing and whatever I am, I completely I've surrendered to Swami Satya Sai Baba. So I feel everything is given by him. And of course, when I actually read the literature or listen to the music, naturally the vision just comes in to my mind. That's there. But, and I also say, how do you choreograph is the biggest difficult question on me. In the sense, I'm just trying to explain how. So once the vision comes in, I do it in two ways. One, I might be just sitting in my living room with one of my senior students. Because I'm not a performing artist, generally I always work with a performing, my student, my own senior student, who can understand me. So I sit with her, we work it out, and I just tell her what are the ideas, and I also show. I mean, I don't perform outside, I also show them. So initially, the work is done with one single student. The movements might be created with one student. I mean, both ways. I work both ways. Then, especially the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and even Bhagavatam, I worked like that because it was for the students of abroad. So initially, I had to do it here. So I was working with my student here, like Aishwarya, Medha, Satvika, Janani, all of them. And then once I create a small picture of it, then we go to class. Then I have all my students there, and that whole idea enlarges. And I feel only few things. I mean, I have a vision, okay, but I'll tell you frankly, students and the crowd are my inspiration. Once I sit in the chair with my students around me, it just follows naturally. It flows naturally. The choreography just flows naturally, and it's built like that. Right. Most of my productions are like this.
Absolutely.
So I'm totally inspired by youngsters and by my students. And that is one thing. And the other one is Swami's grace of that natural flow of thoughts in me.
Right.
I feel that's how I do it.
Yeah, ma'am, I keep thinking that, I'm struggling here, like, consciously this year I pared down my team and I decided to like work pretty much solo in some sense, because I was like, I found it so difficult to get work done, and I felt like it's easier for me to like just do it myself. And, so I was constantly thinking about how challenging it must be for you to kind of ensure that your vision is translated and your dancers kind of give vision to it. So I want to ask you a question, really, like when a production is premiered, right? Are you like nervous? Like, what is that you feel? Like, are you like tensed, or do you trust your students that they won't let you down? Like, of course, mistakes can happen, right? There's so many people. There are scenes, different scenes. People are walking in and out, different costumes. I mean, how do you feel? Like, how do you handle that stress? I'm struggling to handle stress with like 2-3 people. Please give me
I understand. Akila, I think again, basically what helps me is my belief in God. And see, Swami says, grace is proportional to exertion.
Okay.
So I only feel that our job is to just work hard. I mean, one thing I get very tensed about is without practice, I can't handle things without rehearsals.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I am totally tensed. Okay. I mean, even if the rehearsals are not going the way I want, I get very tense about it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's there. In fact, I should tell you, the first 2-3 times when I went to Cleveland, I see being in your own space and rehearsing is a different thing altogether. When I went to Cleveland, I was one of the choreographers, and we had the other choreographers and the musicians. So we had to share the dancers, the space, the time, the orchestra with all of them.
Yeah. See, now if it's Ram, for example, if it's Ramayanam, then all the kandams, each kand, I did two kandams, the Kishkinda kandam and Sundara kandam. And like that, I mean, Jayanti did the Aranya kandam, Nartiki did the Ayodhya kandam. Like that, all my friends and my seniors, Radha ma'am, Savitri Jagannath Rama, each one did another kandam. And what happened was, because we had only very little time for rehearsals. And believe it or not, I was so tensed for that program there in Cleveland. Maybe, and it's my first experience, right? So I was tense, and I remember I was so tensed. I used to recite Hanuman Chalisa all the time to give me confidence.
Right.
I mean, it did happen, but otherwise, in fact, everybody says I am quite a cool customer. In the sense, I mean, you can ask my students when you talk to them. I mean, I don't show my tension anywhere. I mean, in fact, I feel God has given me that sort of patience to hold myself, and I feel. I mean, I think I'm always happy in a group, Akila. I mean, I don't have that fear. I mean, I feel very comfortable in the group. And as you say, there's one more time. See, we have to say that it's all the time we're not the same, right? We do get tense sometimes. Sometimes you're cool customers. Initially, long ago, during my Kudiyirundu Kulirundela Rumbava in Krishnagan Sabha, that was a 3-day festival. And see, then my students were very young, and my institution was a one-woman institution. Just me and my kids. But then the responsibility given to me was too huge. 3 days at Krishnagan Sabha during the season was something very scary. Yagiraman Mama had a lot of confidence in me, and that made me even more scary. I was very tense about it. The feel that I should do my best. I should keep up to my commitment. It was there. I did have. And maybe because I was so much younger then.
Correct.
And I feel now, see, I think you are in that stage now. You're so much younger to me. So, so maybe at that age, you know, we do get tense. We're just making a career. Things like that we do get. But with time, we realize that actually nothing is in our hands.
That's true.
Like, we just have to do our job and pray Swami to allow it to happen well.
Absolutely.
I feel like, and as you say, I definitely have confidence in my students.
Right.
And they also tell me that, don't worry, Auntie, we'll do it.
I mean, that's really beautiful, right, ma'am? Over the years, you must build this beautiful relationship with you.
Yes.
I think so about trust and freedom and space and, you know, warmth. They almost become like family, right? You know?
Yes. See, I have only one son. They're all my daughters. I always feel that way. And in fact, I have my students who don't treat me as teacher or mother or anything. I'm a friend to them. I have one student of mine, Sharanya Raghutam, my senior student. She will only tie a friendship band on a friendship day. I mean, that's how it is. But I think basically my love for the students has always been reciprocated by them. And again, I would only say Swami's blessing to have such a wonderful set of students too. Talented and also very loving children.
Yeah, Charanya Raghotaman says, Auntie, my friend. Okay. Ma'am, I read in your resume that you won the award for being Urvashi, right?
Yes.
Would it be too ask you to kind of remember some portion from that when you like played Urvashi, like one little something? Can you show us, or from any of the productions? I also know that you're a fantastic dramatist, so I want you to kind of, can you enact something for us, like some laugh from like a villain's laugh or something like that?
Yes, yes. I mean, I have to tell you, like, I don't perform, especially in
Okay.
public. That's a decision made long ago. But I can definitely give you the villain laugh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can also say a small abang which was transformed into a jati for Nandalala.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Fantastic.
See, we for the laugh. One second, I just
Yeah, yeah. You can hold the, sorry, you'll have to hold it. Only then it doesn't echo.
yeah. I may not remember it fully, but I'll just show you small
Yeah,
pieces.
so you hold the mic, ma'am. Just hold the mic.
Okay. The villain laugh. Okay. This is for Keechaka. Keechakan Rakshakanivan Jagat Rakshakan Ham Panchapadam Adum Kandadan Belil. Actually, I forgot the lyrics. Ah.
Wow. Too good.
That's, I mean, actually when the thing is happening, the lyrics just flow automatically. When the dancer is there, it's so much easier
I know.
to
Yeah.
just say it.
I want to ask
And
you one. I'll ask you
yeah.
after the jati. So
Yeah. Then one second, I'll take the jati because this jati, it was an abang,
okay,
and sorry, it's falling off.
no problem. Don't worry at all. We have time.
Yeah. I have my student Sweta here to help me. As I told you, I'm very bad with all this technology.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, just recite the abang.
Okay.
Chumak chumak bag kumak kunja mag chapal charan hari aaye. Oh, chapal charan hari aaye. मेरे प्राण बुलावन आए मेरे नैन लुभावन आए निमिक जिमिक जिमा निमिक जिमिक जिमा निमिक जिमिक जिमा निमिक जिमिक जिमा नर्तन पदव्रज आए ओहो नर्तन पदव्रज आए अरुण तरुण तम चिन्न भिन्न तम कर्ण बाल रवि आए ओहो कर्ण बाल रवि आए.
Wow.
That's it goes like that.
Yeah, I have this unique style, right, of saying the jati. That's really so beautiful.
Thank you. And
Anita,
this is also
song for
yeah.
us. Can you sing a little song?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I'll try because with all the shooting and everything, too much of strain on my voice. My voice is not doing great, but maybe I can sing a little. I can sing a small song.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song on Rama itself.
Okay.
I mean, it'll be very suitable. I think it'll be appropriate for my Nama Ramayanam because Ramayanam is so beautiful. This is actually the lyrics were written by my friend when I was very young. The lyrics was written by my friend for my dance production Sita Kalyanam, and Prema Ramurthy Garu had tuned it. I'll just try, okay? I'm not very. ఎంత మధురం రామనామం ఎంత మధురం రామాయణం ఎంత మధురం రామనామం వాల్మీకి పలుకుల కావ్యమై లవకుశల గణమున రాగమై వాల్మీకి పలుకుల కావ్యమై లవకుశల గణమున రాగమై ఎంత మధురం రామ నామం ఎంత మధురం రామాయణం ఎంత మధురం రామ నామం.
How
This is
lovely.
the Thank you.
A question actually now about how important, like when you think about the fact that you studied music as well and that you have such a deep understanding of music, how handy has it come, when you've sort of, worked with music composers for creating music, for your productions? All your productions have fantastic music as well. So do you feel the fact that music has really helped you as well?
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, please tell me.
I can tell the world. See, I did learn music when I was young. I did start music, but after a point of time, I was not interested in music. I liked only dance. I loved only dance, and I
Okay.
left it halfway. I left it halfway through.
Okay.
But again, Akhila, I need to tell you and the world, see, a lot of things are just gifts from Swami. Though I didn't get into too much of learning music at that point of time, somehow I could sing quite well, and everybody said, and in fact, now I'm not able to sing that well. When I was young, 20, 30 years ago, for all my productions, I've been on stage also, singing for the production, doing the Natvangam. At that point of time, when I actually became a teacher and I stopped dancing, that was a time when everybody was saying that you sing so well. And I realized what a waste I have made of myself.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I always tell my students. My father told me when I was young, please get serious about music too. But somehow it didn't
Right.
really, I don't know why. Again, everything has it has to be written when you learn. But then, once I became a teacher, I got more serious into music and I started learning here with Mrs. Meenakshi,
Right. That's
Meenakshi
right.
teacher.
Yeah.
And I would say definitely for dancers, music, with my experience now, it is definitely very, very important.
Right.
But luckily for me, I would say that learning music was not the reason why I could actually work with my other musicians.
Right.
This again, in fact, when I first met Neyveli Santanagopalan sir, or even P.R. Venkata Subramaniam sir, our own faculty person,
Right.
The first thing I told them was, sir, எனக்கு வந்து உங்க அளவுக்கு எனக்கு மியூசிக் எனக்கு தெரியும் மியூசிக் ஆனா உங்க அளவுக்கு எனக்கு மியூசிக் தெரியாது. பட் ஆனா எனக்கு பகவான் புண்ணியத்துல ஐ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் இது நன்னா இல்ல எனக்கு இது பிடிக்கலன்னு மட்டும் சொல்ல தெரியும் எனக்கு. In the sense, yeah, it is a intuition.
Yeah.
That intuition, it's a God-given intuition. Definitely that has also helped. And of course, see, I won't say I'm an expert in music, but definitely the knowledge of music for all these years has definitely helped. And to choose ragas, to tell them that I want this raga and that raga, those kind of things, it has definitely helped me with time. But it was late realization for me. So I always tell the youngsters that, especially my students, please go ahead, learn music also along with dance.
Right. Absolutely.
That's very important.
That's Smriti Krishnamurthy just says the way Auntie chooses ragams for each scene is amazing. Yeah, I agree.
Sairam, that's all.
I want to ask you, you consciously chose not to dance, not to perform, right? And you remained a non-performing dance teacher. Have there been occasions when you've seen a production unfold and, you've kind of felt like, in a garden pola irike? Have you felt that? No.
That is, in the sense, see, one thing is, when I used to hear to the Mridangam, Chende and all that, especially for Shiva.
Right.
Because, see, as a dancer myself, I have done all those roles. Shiva, then I love to do negative roles. Bhasmasura, Ravana. I mean, I did Urushi, of course, but I always liked these negative roles. Right from the beginning, I had a passion towards it because it is a challenge, you know.
Right.
And somehow or the other, it came well on me, I suppose. I don't know why. So that was the thing. So when I listened to that sort of beautiful rhythm, my legs used to, that was initially I'm talking about. When I just left dancing and I was a young teacher, I'm just saying that. அப்போ இங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் ஆடணும் போல இருக்கும். But ஆனா வந்து I'm a person who accepts things as they are.
Wow.
So it is a conscious decision. I'm not going to dance anymore. And so I didn't have any, என்ன சொல்றது, I never thought I need to dance. Or even when I see a production, I'm very happy seeing my students doing it. I've been like that.
Right, fantastic. Ma'am, many of your productions have this larger than life characters, you know, you bring them alive, your students bring them alive through your vision. I want to ask you, how do you teach your students to kind of get into the skin of a character?
Yeah.
Character.
Yes, Akila. This I feel is the most lovable, very, very precious to me. Because characterization and dramatization.
Yeah.
I need to tell you and the world this also. See, I am basically a Bharatanatyam dancer, okay. But I never learned theatre. In the sense, I was never actually trained for theatre and things like that. But right from childhood, I had this passion for drama and the God-given skill for it. So that passion developed and I wanted to reach it out to my students later. So that's the basic intention. And as I said, when a character, I think about a character, again, it's already in my mind, this is how it has to be. And the body language is very, very important to me. The body language of the character. Each character has a different body language, especially when it's a male, when it's a hero. All the gatis are very different. And I ensure that first, the body language comes through. And character, maybe group scenes, I might work with a big merry group. But when it's characters, I work one-to-one. Mostly it's one-to-one or just 2-3 people. Just me and that person. And when we work, first the body language is taught. Then I also tell them the significance of that character. And of course, our students and many of my students, I think, they know the Itihasas and Puranas, especially my older senior students, I feel, for the present, better than the younger ones now. So first, that is explain to them. And each character is, I show it to them. See, once the music and the literature is there in front of me, it just flows in and I show it to them and they learn it and both of us work together.
Yeah.
And finally, and one thing, see, certain things, any student might have an individuality.
Right.
See, we do something on them and they might also come up with beautiful things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, and it's, of course, it's again, teaching is a learning process by itself.
Correct.
You learn also while teaching. Right. And what I do is, if it's beautiful, acceptable, I leave it on them.
Okay.
And I give them that freedom to do it. But if I think it's not looking nice on them or anything, then we again work and make it better.
Right.
And I believe in only one thing, Akila, whether it is group or whether it is solo, or whether it's a character, practice, practice, practice. That's the only thing that's going to make it perfect.
Absolutely.
So this is how a character is made. But I love working on the characters. I
Yeah.
just love to do it.
Actually, a specific question about this point. That,
Can't hear you, sorry.
Can you hear
One
me
second.
now?
1 second. Yeah?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question about character. You know, so many times we, at a certain stage in our lives, we evolve a character. But then as we grow older and we look back at that character, we want to we want to re-evaluate.
Yes.
What we may have constructed maybe 10 years ago, when we're going to look at it with a fresh pair of lens, when we are older, we are more mature, life has taught us, experiences have sharpened us, we want to kind of relook that character.
Very true.
Yeah. So I want to ask you actors like that who have evolved, as you have evolved as well.
Yes. In fact, I tell my students, a piece of work which we have done about maybe 10 years, 15 years, shouldn't look good to us at all now.
Okay.
I mean, because sometimes we really feel, enna pannirkom, it's not nice. We have those kind of feelings also. But then I say, that's a part of the evolution. Like, you have evolved. Like, see, certain things which might have been so terrific at that point of time may not appeal to people now. Not only other people, your own self.
Right.
It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Only thing is we have to approach it totally without any ego. See, I mean, it's just fun sometimes, you know, when we're talking among students and the whole gang. ஐயோ என்ன கேவலமா பண்ணிருக்கோம்ல இது நல்லாவே இல்ல see see we need to have that spirit and the thing what you're saying yesterday I had experienced it. You know why? Because see in 2008 2007 2008 Padakavita Pitahamaha is another very favorite I mean very close to my heart production. And that, especially because that was after a major illness of mine, I came back with Padakavita Pitamaha. And again, pure God's grace, it was, I mean, we can say it was a box office hit at that time in the Sabhas, which I had never imagined. A story of a poet to take this kind of magnificence. I never expected that. But working on it, I did work with Yatin Agarwal. He was just a teenager. He was Annamacharya. And almost for 3 months, we worked on the Annamacharya character alone. Just as I told you, 1-to-1, we worked on it. And he did a very beautiful job of it. He did it very well. And then what happened was, I had asked him to present it now as a solo piece for our 21st.
Okay.
So immediately yesterday he called me up. He said, "Auntie, please come on the Zoom. I want you to just see this." Because now actually he's totally into it. He's not dancing anymore now. I mean, he's totally into a different profession right now. So he wanted me to see just to assure himself that he's doing a good job of it. So, but when I saw, I did make small changes. Then I told him, it's not that Yatin, you're not doing well. But I think at that point of time, that's what I thought about it. But now, I think this is the way I'm thinking about it. So I just want these small changes. So make the changes. It just happened yesterday. So we definitely... Pardon?
Your Ardhanarishwar, you know, that is, that's right. And
yeah, that is, yes, Akila. That's because, I mean, I won't say because, it was Ardhanarishwara was made in 2001.
Yeah.
Originally, it was made for my production Sarvam Shaktimayam Jagat.
Correct.
And the challenge was that production had to be made for Tatvaloka actually, just within 15 days. Just within 15 days, the music had to be made, the choreography had to be completed, and we just had 15 days. And at that time, it was Sharanya Raghotaman and Pratibha, my senior students, to whom I taught the Ardhanari piece. And again, I need to say, as always, it's just Swami's grace, Akila. I could make it just in 3-4 hours. It was made in 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And then it was presented for Sarvam Shaktimayam Jagat. And as you say, from that day onwards, whenever, with whomever we have presented, Ardhanarishwara was always, I don't know, it was a sensation. It's always been a sensation. Certain things remain like that. Certain things remain like that. And now you, on Alap, you saw it with Medha Hari and Satvika Shankar. And I feel they have got, because when it's a duet, it's also very important to have the same kind of body lines.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's duet, especially you need to sing the same movement.
Yeah.
The
Correct.
same movement by two people, and especially for Ardhanari. So their physique matched. That was very important. The chemistry was very beautiful. And definitely it was very much appreciated by everyone. And now we have the next generation also. I have another student, Smriti Sudhakar and Anjali, doing it. In fact, this with lot of, I should say, confidence, I tell my students, all of you learn it. I will make pairs of you. I would love to see, I would love to see the whole class doing the Ardhanarishwara. So that is the kind of attachment we have towards that piece. And
Right.
it's again, just Swami's grace, nothing else.
Yeah. Ma'am, like 30 is like a milestone, right? And I want to ask you, of course, I don't want to ask you about what has been the journey like, but when you think about like 30 years just gone by, right, with so much work created, I guess when you're so busy and you're just creating work, it's like almost goes like in a flash like that. What do you feel? What do you personally feel? Like sometimes we're so busy that we never actually take a moment to think about what we've done. I want to ask you, like, have you actually through this lockdown, as you're gearing up to celebrate 30, have you thought about, oh my God, 30 years have gone by, so many productions, so many students, so many learnings, so many unlearnings. I want to ask you, what do you feel when you think about 30?
Yes, Akila, it is, I feel, again, because I only feel, first of all, I need to thank Almighty for these wonderful, glorious 30 years.
Sure.
It was very satisfying. You know why I always call upon Almighty is because me coming from Secunderabad to Chennai and with no background, nothing, just my passion and a lot of love for my students, I just started a class just to share what I knew. That is how I started. So in a very small way, I hadn't even named my school.
Right.
It was just in my living room. Just started off like that. And from the living room, it went to the schools. Padma Seshadri school. My son studied in Padma Seshadri, so I was invited to help the Padma Seshadri kids for some program. And then my journey actually, I should say, started when I taught the Valli Kalyanam to a bunch of kids in my flat. They were dancing actually to a lot of cinema music. Cinema music, I'm not against cinema music, but I would say to not suitable lyrics for children. I felt that. I felt very hurt. So I just taught the Valli Kalyanam to them. And where I lived actually, the flat where I lived. And at that point of time, 20-25 years ago, I think this Nritya Natakams was a rarity.
Yeah.
See, we had in group performance, I mean.
Correct.
Definitely, we did have Kalakshetra, that is, they had their production, that's totally a different thing altogether. And in Chennai, I felt Krishna Kumari Narendran Akka, she used to do a lot of mega productions. So at that point of time, that's the point of time I entered this field. And I was used to doing it in Secunderabad and Bangalore and places like that. I was performing there with my own friends and students. That was a different deal altogether. But this piece, which was, appreciated by everybody, and then the classes started. As I said, from the living room to the temples, then to the sabhas. And from there, the recognition by all the sabhas and the press reviews, everything was a part of this wonderful journey, which was each milestone which I had to cross. But again, I need to tell you that I never planned anything. I never planned anything. I think it was just God's will and it happened. The only thing is, I feel, small or big, whether it was a flat program or whether it was a Sabha program or whatever it might be, I have always tried to give my heart and soul, the best to my commitment. And I think that's the only thing I have taught my students also. So to keep up a commitment was the most important thing. So I feel just keeping up commitments after commitments, as you say, and by the time we have finished 30 years now. That's the only thing I've actually done.
Yeah.
I've not planned my career. It happened.
Yeah, there are so many things, ma'am. The one thing is the fact that that everybody can dream and dreams do become realities. The fact that also that I'm hearing is that love really begets love. That if you give love and you will get love.
Yes.
And
yes.
About commitment, and that one can't ever, fail or ever compromise on that. I want to ask you one question, ma'am. Yesterday, even Zakir Hussein's article on you was about how, your shows always are like box office success, so to speak, like housefuls. I want to ask you about, sometimes when, if a cinema if one director does a great film, then we start expecting like the next film also has to be that. And we are very quick to judge saying, "Anda film madri illa." Ask you about what kind of pressure that sort of creating housefuls could have had on you, and how have you tried to constantly, have you succumbed to that pressure, and have you felt that pressure, and how have you kind of kept raising the bar to ensure that, one production is better than the other?
Actually, I should say that I don't think I have succumbed to that kind of pressure. In the sense, see, even I remember this incident. For Aim for Seva, we worked together first for Nandalala, right? But before Nandalala, in 2015,
right.
Sundarakandam traveled 19 cities abroad. And that was again a huge success. It was well received, and basically for its superb music by Neyveli Santaragopalan sir. And see, one thing I have to tell you, here with our own musicians, dance musicians, initially, that was one phase. But from the Cleveland productions, I started working with the Carnatic musicians, like Neyveli Santanagopalan's daughter, Sri Ranjini, and now Vignesh Ishwar, and all those people. So I definitely feel the music took another mode
Right.
from 2010.
Right.
And as I was talking to you, Sundarakandam was a huge success. And in fact, when I was doing Nandalala, when I was working on Nandalala, even Aim for Seva Srini Ramanji was asking me this question. Sundarakandam nanna irukuma? He used to ask me this.
Yeah.
So, see, I only told him, sir, we are just working on it. I mean, music, we are working on it. We are working on something. But the thing is, Akila, I think this factor, I believe that we can't make anything happen. Whether it's box office hit or failure or whatever it might be. We don't do it. We only work towards it. The actually happening is by Swami.
Yeah.
Outcome is by God. So that's how it is. But I was telling Srini Ramanji, I mean, definitely we are trying hard. See, we are trying hard to make it as beautiful as possible.
Yeah.
And I should only say, I mean, you've seen the production. I should only say, by God's grace, I mean, Nandalala also was received well
Yeah.
in the US. And in fact, see, the grace of God, we were, this year being our 30th year, we were supposed to do 2 major productions, Akila. One was for Cleveland, that was Shiva 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 Enarada, totally Shiva Puranam. Before March 23rd, we had finished all the scenes, all scenes set, and of course, I was not traveling. From the US, my senior most student, Aishwarya Narayan Swami, was helping me out there. She was supposed to train the students in the US. I used to send all the videos here. We were working here with Smriti Krishnamurthy, Anjali Hariharan, and everybody. And we were sending videos. We were all set. We were just ready to go to the US. And then the bomb came, the lockdown, and we all came inside. That is as far as Shiva Shiva Enarada is concerned. And the next project, actually Nandalala, because of its huge success, we were invited again this year by
Right.
Aim for Seva.
Right.
You know it, I mean, because you're working with Aim for Seva. That was also supposed to go around. And actually, I was, see, for example, I was just thinking, it's really lovely, like, because I'm a production person, so I was just thinking it's so lovely to have 2 of my productions in the 30th year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think, but it didn't happen. So we need to accept that also.
Yeah. The universe had other plans.
Yes. So,
Learn technology, ma'am. Understand Zoom and make Nama Ramayanam.
yes. That's all. See, I had to make Namaraman. And I basically need work and working with my students. I mean, I think that process I enjoy beyond everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The process of working towards something.
Yeah. I just want to ask you one question because we're almost going to be at
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
ask you one thing, ma'am. Like, I know that I had reached out to you in the early part of, when we were all in lockdown to interview you. I had invited you, but at that point you were a bit reluctant to kind of, I want to ask you about what is, like, personally, what has been your, what has been your experience with the
My
lockdown?
take.
Key takeaways from it.
Yes. I should tell you, Akila, like, I was very, I won't say I was very depressed, but I was very shocked with the situation. I was very shocked. And see, I experienced, I mean, personally also, we have lost our loved ones to this COVID, and my friends also have lost a lot of their dear ones to this COVID. And in such a kind of situation where people are suffering, and when this attacks, how the families suffer and what's going, and the scariest part of this COVID is, like, we can't attend to those loved ones in case they are sick. That was
That's the worst.
that's the worst part of it. So I was more scared about that. And see, and I have a 85-year-old mother, my first guru, with me, and so we had to be all the more careful. And I tell you, this whole scene was very sad. And in this situation, I think dance was the last thing. Anything to do with dance was the last thing for me. I didn't want to do anything with dance. I mean, it took some time for me to adjust to this
Yeah.
situation. It is not only the situation outside, the bad situation outside. We also had to completely not depend on the usual help we get from our maids, cooks.
Yeah.
Everything we had to manage on our own. So that was also a big challenge to get used to the whole thing. So that's one of the reasons why I was very down. So I didn't want to come for an interview or do anything. And one more reason I felt God is saying, please give a pause. ரொம்ப ஆடாத, பேசாம இரு கொஞ்சம். I mean, just give a pause to it. So, I mean, honestly, I should say, see, you've been doing a great job of it right from the beginning. That's what I've been seeing.
Thank you, ma'am.
See, because you've been encouraging so many artists and giving so much of positive energy. We have just started. You've been doing. But initially, I was only thinking that when there's so much of negativity and bad things going around, is it right for us to even, like a Tiruvizha or a festival, celebrate?
Correct.
Celebration, Madri, can we have these things? So basically, I had to convince myself first, and first accept the new normal. That's what they call it. So that took a lot of time with me. And I personally feel that always we needn't make our presence felt in any situation, and every situation. Why should we make our presence felt? We can. And one more wonderful thing, Akila, I think with all these negativities, all of us, all these busy people who are very busy with their careers and things like that, we did have wonderful family time.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you think so? You had time for your son, you had time for your husband, you had time.
Now I don't know if I can go out, ma'am. Now I've got to become best friends with Zoom. So that way also, that was my reluctance actually. So I had to slowly first get used to the situation and tell myself, okay, this is how it is. Anita, don't get upset about it. You have to face it. Whatever may be the situation, you have to face it. So these kind of things. Yeah, no. And how beautifully you faced it, ma'am. And how beautifully I said how beautifully you faced it. You've created a production with 60 students.
Sairam.
And you're gearing up to present Mark the 30th year with a 3-day showcase. All using technology that you were not really particularly friendly or familiar with.
Even now not.
But you have so many daughters to help you.
Yes.
Right?
Actually, the Zoom thing, my son and my daughters, my own son and my daughters, with their help. And I just need to tell you one more thing, Akila. With all for the group productions, we are going to show a lot of yesteryear productions also.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then there is one more very special thing this year. I think I have to tell you about that. because I'm very happy that my seniors have also become teachers. They have their own institutions, and they also they're part. I mean, they're wing of Bharatanjali. They're also wings of Bharatanjali.
Right,
And
right.
one more very special thing is, because I was so busy with Nama Ramayanam and the other Muruga concept and so many other things, with the shooting and the last one, the things, I had one very, I mean, Hanuman is very close to my heart again. Hanuman is very close to my heart. So I wanted the Hanuman Chalisa also to be done along with the Nama Ramayana. Same MS Amma's version. But I didn't have the time. I just started it. I started it. Then my friend, I'm saying my friend, my student, senior student, Smriti Krishnamurthy, Anjali and Nutana, they took over. And when I was busy with this, now I'm very happy that they have come up with their choreography. So we will be presenting that also on the 23rd for Swami's birthday.
Lovely.
For
It would be
Jayanti.
fantastic to see the iconic Hanuman Chalisa of MS Subbulakshmi.
Yeah. And Hanuman somehow got out of lockdown. They have done it in class working together.
Oh, okay. Little
Just
bit,
three of them. Yeah, with three of them with all the safety measures.
right. Lovely.
They
lovely.
just work like that.
Really looking forward to that. And thank you, Anita ma'am. This has been such a delightful conversation. Thank you for singing, telling us
It's my delight.
laughing the villains laugh, sharing so many stories from the past, and really being so honest about this entire interview. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who joined. Ma'am, there were some fantastic comments you didn't see, but so much love coming your way, so much respect. And
Thank you. And happy Diwali to everyone.
happy Deepavali to everybody. Thank you so much, ma'am, and good night.
Thank
to
you.
everybody here, and have a good day.
It's been my pleasure. It's purely my pleasure, Akila.
Bye.
It's lovely talking to you, all of you. Thank you.
Likewise, ma'am.
Sainam.
Bye.
Namaskaram.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ram.